Why the wizarding world never took over the Muggle world. Wizards can teleport, control minds, erase memories, and hide entire buildings. So why did they spend centuries hiding from Muggles? Because conquering the Muggle world sounds easy, only until the Muggle world notices. Before wizards went into hiding, the two worlds were not always completely separate. For centuries, magical people lived much closer to ordinary communities. Some kept their abilities private, others became healers, advisors, or the suspiciously useful neighbor everyone visited when the crops failed. Then fear grew. Witch hunts spread across Europe and later reached North America. For trained adults, the danger was sometimes less impressive than the hunters imagined. Gwendolyn the Weird was reportedly burned at the stake 47 times because she enjoyed using a flame-freezing charm and pretending the fire hurt. For her, persecution became a hobby, but children could not protect themselves so easily. Young witches and wizards had less control, could not reliably apparate away, and often exposed themselves through accidental magic. Some Muggles did not want to kill magical people. They wanted to use them. A witch might be forced to heal someone, create wealth, predict the future, or solve whatever problem the village had decided was now her responsibility. Wizardkind was becoming either a threat or a tool. So the International Statute of Secrecy was introduced in 1689 and fully established in 1692. Magic disappeared behind hidden streets, enchanted walls, and altered memories. And secrecy did more than hide magic. It allowed magical communities to survive without occupying every town, policing every Muggle, or explaining every escaped dragon. The separation was restrictive, but it was also efficient. Most accepted it. Grindelwald saw a cage. Grindelwald made conquest. Sound reasonable. Gellert Grindelwald did not begin with a speech about destroying Muggles. That would have been easier to reject. He argued that the statute forced magical people to hide their true nature and live in fear of discovery. Then he asked the dangerous question: who was the law really protecting? Wizards from Muggles or Muggles from wizards? Grindelwald believed witches and wizards should rule, not because they were cruel according to him, but because they were more capable. Magical people could prevent wars, impose order, and guide humanity toward a better future. Control became protection, conquest became responsibility. For the greater good, made domination sound almost noble. That was the strength of his ideology. He did not only appeal to violent fanatics. He appealed to intelligent, frustrated witches and wizards who believed secrecy wasted their gifts. Even Albus Dumbledore once accepted part of that argument. At 17, brilliant, angry, and trapped by family responsibility, he imagined a world ruled openly by gifted magical leaders. The problem was deciding who deserved that power. Dumbledore and Grindelwald planned to overturn the statute together, until the duel involving Grindelwald, Albus, and Aberforth ended with Ariana Dumbledore dead. Grindelwald fled. Dumbledore spent the rest of his life fearing what his ambition had helped create. Grindelwald continued alone. He gained followers, influence, extraordinary power, and eventually, the Elder Wand. His followers would not all imagine the same future. Some wanted open freedom, others wanted revenge, and the most dangerous wanted a hierarchy, with themselves safely near the top. The movement looked united only while Grindelwald remained strong. He came closer than anyone to turning magical supremacy into a global movement. And he still failed, because before wizards could conquer Muggles, they had to defeat every wizard who refused to let them. The magical world would fight itself first. Grindelwald was stopped by Dumbledore. Voldemort was stopped by Harry, the Order of the Phoenix, Hogwarts, and people who simply refused to accept his rule. Neither dark wizard united magical society. Voldemort could not even create lasting unity in Britain. He captured the ministry by infiltrating it, removing opponents, and placing loyal people in power. But his government survived through fear. The moment that fear weakened, resistance returned. Students fought, families changed sides. People who had spent months hiding came back. Voldemort lost control of the magical country he already claimed before he could begin ruling the Muggle one, and many witches and wizards would have personal reasons to oppose that war. Magical society is full of Muggle-borns, half-bloods, and families connected to both worlds. Hermione's parents are Muggles. Dean Thomas grew up as one. Seamus Finnegan has a Muggle father. Even Voldemort, the great champion of blood purity, had a Muggle father himself. The clean division imagined by blood supremacists does not exist. A war against Muggles would also be a war against the parents, relatives, and childhood homes of a huge part of wizardkind. That campaign would start losing recruits before the first battle. There are too few wizards. Even if magical society somehow united, the numbers would still be terrible. Canon never gives one reliable worldwide total, but magical Britain is clearly tiny. It has one main school, one ministry, one central shopping district, and a community where the same families constantly reappear. A small group of skilled wizards could infiltrate a government. They could control officials with the Imperious Curse, replace people through Polyjuice Potion, and erase early evidence with memory charms. The opening move could be devastating, but controlling leaders is not the same as controlling a country. One controlled minister still has advisors, staff, rivals, family, and thousands of people beneath them. One replaced official has to fool everyone who knew the original. Every mistake creates another witness, another spell, and another explanation. Soon, the invasion needs an entire department devoted to why world leaders suddenly speak like Death Eaters. Magic cannot remove the practical problems. Magic makes conquest easier. It does not make it simple. Spells require training, focus, and often a clear target. Most witches and wizards are not Dumbledore. Some are powerful duelists. Others work in shops, offices, hospitals, and schools, where combat usually means someone has enchanted the furniture again. Wands can be broken, lost, or taken. Apparition can fail. Polyjuice Potion wears off. The Imperious Curse can be resisted. Memory charms can leave gaps. Food cannot be created from nothing. A magical empire would still need supplies, healers, transport, communication, and people capable of running conquered territory. The first day would bring dramatic speeches and flags over government buildings. The second week would bring food shortages and arguments about who forgot to organize transport. Muggles would adapt. The greatest wizarding advantage would be surprise. Most Muggles do not know magic exists. Early attacks would have no familiar weapon, no obvious entry point, and no clear explanation. But once magic became public, that advantage would shrink. Muggle governments would not become immune to spells. They would become harder to fool. Important decisions could be shared between larger groups. Officials could be watched for strange changes in behavior or memory. Countries could compare incidents and identify patterns. Muggles would not need to understand every spell immediately. They would only need to record incidents, compare survivors, and stop trusting any system controlled by one unobserved person. Modern Muggle strength is not that one soldier can defeat one powerful wizard. It is scale, communication, industry, and the ability to study the same threat across entire nations. Wizards could win individual encounters and still lose control of the wider conflict. They would also need to defend themselves. Hogwarts is protected by generations of enchantments. Not every magical home, shop, hospital, or village has that level of protection. The statute keeps wizardkind safe, partly because Muggles cannot attack what they cannot find. Conquest would destroy that advantage on the first day. Most wizards would gain almost nothing. Magical society already governs itself. It has its own ministry, schools, hospitals, money, media, prisons, transport, and laws. The British Prime Minister knows the magical world exists, but has no authority over it. Wizardkind already has independence. A witch who can apparate does not need control over motorways. A wizard with magical medicine does not need to conquer a hospital. Even many pureblood families who dislike Muggles prefer distance to responsibility. Lucius Malfoy enjoys wealth, influence, and access to powerful people. He does not look eager to spend his afternoon discussing railway maintenance. Conquest offers power to a small group at the top. For everyone else, it offers exposure, war, and a much larger government. The statute is flawed. It creates ignorance, isolation, and some impressive confusion about electricity. But it gives magical people a complete society of their own. They do not rule the Muggle world because they do not need it. Grindelwald tried to convince them otherwise. Voldemort tried to force them. Both discovered the same obstacle. Before the wizarding world could conquer Muggles, it would first have to conquer itself.